Mr. Speaker, to resuscitate the 1970s sitcom Happy Days, Arthur Fonzarelli was aquatically clad in a swimsuit, white T-shirt, and leather jacket, and filmed performing a harrowing water ski jump over a shark. Though the Fonz pulled it off, the network pulled the plug on Happy Days. Subsequently, inane attempts to prevent a show's cancellation by scripting an absurd scene have been coined jumping the shark. But what should we call situations where the U.S. government willfully suspends its disbelief? Communist China is a strategic threat and instead appeases it. I suggest we call such instances dropping the shark. Mr. Speaker, the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States must review and block Bain Capital and Communist China's Huawei Technologies deal with the 3M Corporation. If approved, Communist China's Huawei Technologies stake in the 3Com Corporation will gravely compromise our free republic's national security. The 3Com Corporation is a world leader in intrusion prevention technologies designed to prevent secure computer networks from hacker infiltration, and our Department of Defense extensively utilizes them. These technologies were severely tested this June when Communist China hacked into our DoD's computer networks and caused a shutdown. Given this and other instances of Communist China's persistent cyber warfare against us, approving this sale would be an abject abnegation of CFIUS's duty to protect America's vital defense technologies from enemy acquisition. Few doubt the aims of Communist China's Huawei Technologies, which was set up in 1988 by a People's Liberation Army officer to build military communications networks. The pending deal with Huawei is deemed, quote, really worrisome by a former Pentagon cybersecurity expert. And, as reported by Bill Gertz in today's Washington Times, a current Pentagon official confirmed, quote, Huawei is up to its eyeballs with the Chinese military, end quote. While another official stated, quote, we are proposing to sell the PLA a key to our front door. This is a very dangerous trend, end quote. This is not the first time Communist China's Huawei Technologies has raised legitimate American concerns. In January of 2006, Newsweek described Huawei Technologies as, quote, a little too obsessed with acquiring advanced technology, end quote. Appearing before the House Armed Services Committee on September 19, 2002, Professor Gary Milholland, director of the Wisconsin Project on Nuclear Arms Control, testified as to the extent of the danger. Quote, the history of Huawei shows how sensitive American exports can wind up threatening our own armed forces. So when we talk about export controls, we are not just talking about money. We are talking about body bags, end quote. This is not hyperbole. At the start of this decade, Huawei violated UN sanctions and illegally provided a fiber optic network to Iraq. This network linked the Iraqi military's air defense network. Moreover, the CIA-led Iraq Survey Group's final report concluded Huawei illicitly participated in providing transmission switches for Iraq's fiber optic communications. In August 2001, this Chinese-made fiber optic network was bombed because it was part of the Iraqi air defense missile sites firing at U.S. and allied aircraft which were enforcing a no-fly zone. And also, for the record, this company found time to help the Taliban, too. In other business practices, Huawei appears equally cavalier about the rule of law. In 2003, Cisco Systems formally charged Huawei Technologies with grievous intellectual property violations, including patent infringements. Again, this should be unsurprising given the strong ties between Huawei Technologies and Communist Chinese government and its armed wing, the People's Liberation Army. Not coincidentally, in only 2 decades, Huawei has expanded to over 100 countries, amassed sales of over $87 million, and significantly contributed to the PLA's arms buildup. Obviously, through this proposed acquisition, the comrades at Huawei aim to contribute far more. Mr. Speaker, this deal is not only unacceptable on its face to our free people's sensibilities, it endangers our military and our security. Therefore, if CFIUS approves this sale and its accompanying sensitive defense technologies to Huawei, it will place in Communist China's cyber hacking hands some of the most sensitive technologies employed for our high-tech defense, and it will be tantamount to CFIUS dropping the shark in our fishbowl and pulling the plug on America's happy days. Therefore, I urge CFIUS to do its job and block this deal that threatens our liberty, our security, and the bounds of sanity itself. Mr. Speaker, I yield back the balance of my time.